From CBS News Bay Area, this is the Evening Edition.
Well, as you can see, Hurricane Milton is barreling toward the Florida coast as it gains strength once again. That storm packing 160-mile-per-hour winds as it was re-upgraded to a Category 5 this afternoon after briefly dropping to a Category 4. Milton is already spreading misery in Mexico. Here's a look at some of the heavy flooding along the Yucatan Peninsula this morning. Here in the U.S., millions of people have been ordered to evacuate. In the meantime, adding to the danger, giant debris piles left over from Hurricane Helene. Those big piles of wood and metal could become deadly weapons once the winds pick up. Those roads now packed with people trying to get out of town. And earlier today, emergency officials issued an ominous warning. If you have not started evacuating already, it's probably too late.
If you choose to stay, you're staying at your own risk.
If you choose to stay in one of those evacuation areas, you're going to die.
And with back-to-back major hurricanes hitting the southeast, it's all hands on deck for emergency crews nationwide. 2 search and rescue task forces from the Bay Area are heading straight into that danger zone. Our Wilson Walker reports one of them has experience there, mostly with Irma back in 2017.
So depending on what the need is, whether it's heavy rescue, water rescue, search dogs, and doctors, engineers, we have...
Menlo Park Fire Marshal John Johnson is talking about the deployment of California Task Force 3, a team of 46 assorted specialists now on their way to Florida.
A number of semis with all of our equipment, which is about 60,000 pounds of equipment to be self-sustained for at least 21 days, is on the roll. And then yesterday, the other half of the team took flight out of SFO.
From 9/11 to Katrina, you can name just about any major American disaster, and this team has been there.
There was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Butler. He had to get dressed before he would leave, and he wanted to have on his Sunday go meeting hat and his nice clothes before he left.
So now Task Force 3 heads to the Gulf, where they have been before, this time in anticipation of a potentially historic storm.
Well, you always look at what those situations are, and that's where we do hope that people heed the directions for whether it's evacuation and being prepared.
God, everyone's looking at that storm and kind of shaking their head.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to look like, but really, I just ask anybody, whether you're here in the Bay Area, being prepared is paramount and key so that we can do the greatest amount of good for the greatest number of people. And so if you can, this is always a reminder to have that emergency water, have that emergency food, have emergency power, things so that you can be self-sufficient.
So where exactly are they going to go? What are they going to be asked to do? Well, they don't know right now, and they might not know for a while. Going to be an hour-by-hour wait as the storm approaches Florida before they get any kind of specific instructions. So just like the rest of us, they're going to watch the storm, see where it goes, what it does, and how they can help.
And PG&E is also sending crews to the southeast with thousands of people still without power from Helene. And more widespread outages expected when Milton hits. They left from Sacramento International Airport heading to Georgia. Okay.